And it's one that began just 4 months ago when our next guests were partnered up for this year's Dancing on Ice. Sadly, footballer Kevin Kilbane and his ice partner Brianne Delcourt crashed out of the competition on Sunday night, but their sadness didn't last long because 2 days later, Kevin proposed. So let's take a look at their love story so far. Well, you two have got it bad, haven't you? I felt like a gooseberry just watching. I mean, like, when was the pow moment?
Oh, very early, wasn't it? It happened very quickly, I think.
It did.
I think we both knew within... Like, it's instant. It honestly was. I think it was an instant
Didn't you
thing.
say you saw the back of Kevin's head and you knew?
I did, yeah.
Explain that, Brie.
I was coming through the tunnel at the stadium, and it was a weird moment because, of course, I hadn't met him, and I was walking through the tunnel, and in my head, I had these little voices saying, I'm going to marry this guy. I'm going to marry him.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, arguing back with my little voice
I think
in my
we've
head.
actually got a little bit of film. Here we go. Is this it? Is this the moment?
Yes, this is the moment. Yeah.
So you were
And at that moment,
I'm going to marry him.
This is the man I'm going to marry. Yeah.
At Goodison Park, yeah, love at Goodison Park. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
So was the fact that he was tall and dark part of that as you walked up behind him? And then you turned around and he was handsome too.
The fact that he was really tall was probably not the best for skating.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first time.
Brie would have been in work mode at that stage.
I was in
he's
work
far
mode.
too tall for us to actually get on the ice together. Yeah.
And did you have knowledge of Brie before? Did you fancy her off the telly?
I'd never seen it before.
No.
Oh.
I'd never really watched the show.
No, he never
and
watched
that's the
the show.
truth.
He doesn't watch TV.
No, I don't really watch TV. No, not really, not an awful lot anyway. And so when we were first paired together, we kind of had an inkling, didn't we? We were going to be paired up together before we actually met, and then we met a few days before that. And of course, I mean.
Of course. Were you kind of looking for love, Kevin, at the time, as they say?
Genuinely not really, no. I wasn't thinking about that, no, not really. I was just... the last, certainly, few years, I've just been kind of concentrating on work and things like this, and that's how it's been with me. I've not necessarily thought in that way at all.
When did you move in together? Sorry, I'll give you a
Oh, dear.
I was just about to ask that same question.
That's a great question, isn't it, that one?
A lot of people don't know about this, but yeah, it was literally the first day.
Yeah.
I know.
As bad as it sounds,
It was.
I was like that
actually...
with my husband, though. We got married within 4 months, 17 years later.
But how was it the first day?
Second day.
I
It
get
was
that.
second day,
Well,
wasn't it? Yeah, second day.
Well, yeah, I guess it was the second day. I was actually staying with Kieran Richardson from Hollyoaks.
Oh, your
my
first
very
partner.
first partner on Dancing on Ice 10 years ago. And, and we had to train that day, and we just started talking, and Kevin was like, well, we should just... It'll be easier if you stay with me.
Oh,
because
that's
he has to train every day.
Oh, not like that, no. I wasn't even thinking in those terms at this stage, no.
Where was... Sorry, go on.
Yeah.
No, go on. Because it is weird, because you said, I can feel like you're almost apologising for everything you say, and I was a bit like that with my husband, because you're looking at people and you can see people going, what?
Well, I think, do you know what it is? I think we know...
When you know, you know.
I think that's the thing, and you know, but it is it's early days in a relationship.
Yeah.
But we honestly feel, or I certainly feel as though I've known Brie my whole life.
Yeah.
Well, I saw my
feels that
neighbours
way.
yesterday.
I know,
It was
he
my
was saying-
skating partner
Yeah.
to do his podcast, and he said, because I was going, oh, my God, what about Brie and Kev?
Yeah.
And he said,
You
I have
didn't
never...
even- I can't imagine that,
No,
can
not
you?
that I'm one to gossip. And he said he has never seen you like you are now. And the thing is, some people have said, oh, Brianne's been out with a couple of partners before, but like we were saying, but that's where you meet people.
We meet people at
work.
work.
I'm just... Dancing on Ice
And
has
it's
been
only
my life
two
for 10
people
years, so
before. Exactly.
how am I supposed to meet anybody else?
Absolutely.
But again, I mean, we're going back 10 years ago when, there was other partners. But I've been on my own for 4 years. I've been a single mom, and I wasn't looking for love
And
at
little
all. I just
Gracie,
got
of
to the
course,
point-
is with you now.
Yeah,
And how
yeah.
does the whole blended family
Well, I was-
work?
No,
I
let's
hesitant.
talk about the proposal first.
Oh, I want to ask a little question
Should we
because
leave
I'm
that?
a bit of
Should we
a
leave that?
magpie and I can see a rock on your finger. I mean,
It's an ice rink.
it's-
It still hasn't sunk in. Like, even this morning, I woke up and I was like...
Can you tell us how that proposal came along
Listen,
and
even
the
better.
ring and
I think we've got a bit of a
I know,
film.
this is
of the
like-
proposal.
this is embarrassing. I want to try and keep this.
Right, tell us
Nothing's
what's happening,
private, is
you
it?
two.
Come on then.
Well, you know what? I'd planned this for weeks, and I was thinking of different things, trying to get it ice skating related and all this, and I spoke to one of Brie's, Alex, Brie's pro friend, and I spoke to her about a few things that I could do and I could try, and it just didn't necessarily work. It wasn't going to work for us, so I booked us a night in London for our birthday, and I'd always planned, whether we were still in the show or not, I'd always planned for that Tuesday night. And I'd spoke to the restaurant on a few occasions about how I was going to do it, played our song that I wanted to play, and then I said to him, look, when you play the song, stop it at the chorus. And the guy didn't have very good English when I was chatting to him, so he didn't understand what I was trying to say to him at first. And then I explained it to him, and we got there in the end. And
what is your song?
Grace, the song's Grace.
Yeah.
We played Rod Stewart's version, but there's a number of different versions of it. Yeah, it's an Irish song. It'd be a song that's it'd be close to me growing up, and I played it to Brie when we first met, and Brie loved it as well. And
and
of course,
and then you got down on your knee.
Yeah.
And then you got now the papers are saying. Sorry if this is tacky, but that's a 53 grand ring. Is that true?
I can confirm or deny that. Yeah, I'll take that one. I'll take that. Yeah, let them say that all they want. Yeah.
All right, but you can't confirm or deny.
53 grand. Whatever, though, it's beautiful.
It's stunning.
Well, do you know what? If a certain newspaper says it,
it's like a bracelet.
There you go. Yeah.
Over your whole hand.
And what do your families make of it?
Well,
everything's happened so quickly for us all. I think really, we've got a lot of planning, we've got a lot of talking to do, and we've got to.
Well, you've met my father, so
I have.
Yeah, we've got to.
Good luck.
I've got to talk. I've got to chat to them all, and that's how we are really. I think everything's still very early days.
It is. It really.
Thinking about skating down the aisle or something like that.
I am thinking about that.
Oh, you are?
Do something different.
Yeah, something different. Yeah.
Well, if you need any skating tips, you know I'm always
you know it, please. You know it. You're my girl.
Have you set a date?
We've got things in our head, but again, we've got to speak to so many different people, and we have got a time frame in our mind what we're going to do. We kind of know what we're going to do really, but we've got to speep to a lot of people, and we've got a lot of planning to do.
Well, yeah, and you've got 2 older children, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got a 14 and a 15-year-old. Or nearly 16 now. So yeah, we've got a lot of talking to do over the next few months. So, but we do know what we're going to do. Yeah.
I love Denise's eyeing you up. She's eyeing you up.
Oh, I totally am. I'm getting his number for you, Brie.
Well, congratulations, Kevin and Brianne.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, we like a romantic story, don't we?